right, we are gonna pick up a Roadie for a pretty good amount of money. Not a whole lot, but compared to some of the others. But it's like a Walmart thing, gotta have the sticker, all this kind of craziness. But we're gonna go pick it up and then we're gonna drop it off at your door. It's probably gonna be tons of groceries. And I'll do the best I can. 2 shows are about to pull up any minute. I got 5 altogether that are gonna arrive on the channel. So we've got tons of stuff coming up daily. It's not gonna be like 20 back-to-back coming up of all 20-minute shows or more, but it's on its way. I probably made more movies, I mean if you count movies, over the past month than any filmmaker ever has in the history of. Well, here let me put this way. William Shakespeare, he wrote 150 sonnets. William Shakespeare wrote 150 sonnets, but he only wrote 38 plays. But there's some Spanish playwrights that have written 3,000 plays. It's a true story. There's a few of the Spanish playwrights that were conquistadors. They were known to have a playography or whatever, bibliography of 3,000 plays. And I don't know how they did them all. They probably did not to do them all. But it has been documented. So the vloggers are different, you know. We might do, well, Adam does 1 show a day, and that's good. That's 365 shows a year or more. And he may do more than that. Or maybe a little less, give or take. But I've done up to like 20 edited shows in one night. I may have broken some records. Anyway, I got to pick this Walmart up and drop it off at your door. Listen, this is how I am, okay? I love Thomas Wolfe. He's a writer. He wrote Look Homeward Angel. But he didn't really write Look Homeward Angel. It was the sections of his writing. He wrote Oh Lost, which is the unabridged version of Look Homeward Angel. The editors went in and kind of rewrote Oh Lost. So if you ever get the unabridged version of Look Homeward Angel, it's called Oh Lost. And it's like 1,000-page longer or something. It's a longer book. Look Homeward Angel, they cut down the size so the public would be able to read it and understand it, because it would take Thomas Wolfe 5 or 6 pages for the character to cross the road. And the editor's like, what do you know, the guy walks out of his, apartment flat and he goes and walks across the road and it takes 5 or 6 pages. Why don't you just have him walk across the road? Because they were trying to stick to the plot. He was kind of going off in poetry and not really paying attention to the novel style of writing. He was just writing. And then there was a story in there. But he just wrote all this stuff. It was not just description, but it was like the character would go across the road and he would be thinking of his life and all this stuff. And then he would get to the other side of the road and 20 pages or something, So there's different ways to approach it. You could probably take, 3 or 4 of the vlogs and combine them if you wanted to. You don't have to, or just watch a section of it. Anyway, I got to pick up these groceries at Walmart. So for Roadie, I always use Apple Maps. It's the only one I use Apple Maps for. So I don't know why, I just do. It gives you the option to use Apple. So the other ones give the option to use Waze or Google Maps. Roadie, it gives you the option to use all 3. So I just go with Apple Maps. And it's convenient, looks cool, and all kinds of stuff. You can do reports on it and everything. It's just you have to kind of, oops, messed it up. That shows it in 3D. See if it has it. Yeah, it has destinations. Oh, recents. Okay, so there's a recents, and we'll go back to that. There's something in there. I know I was messing around with it the other day. What's this right here? It goes like that. Anyway, I was messing around with it the other day. You can do reports and all kinds of stuff. So in Roadie, they call it a parking bay, not a parking spot. So you obviously know you're moving up a little bit, but it's tough. Roadie's a little different. You can get like a ton of stuff to deliver. You're like, whoa. It's not like just picking up one item and taking it to the doorstep. It's a lot. Let me see. This is called a parking bay. So, anyway. Parking bay. It's been a while since I've done Roadie, and I just figured out you have to download the Walmart app and check in that as well as the Roadie. So he just checked me in. Or what you can do is you can hunt down one of those guys and they'll check you in, one of the Walmart attendants. So I just went in there and personally checked in. I usually do that anyway. And you can go through and do the Walmart app. Because when I called the number, which is the 817 number, it asks you to check in through the Walmart app. So I guess you would just check in the Walmart app and put the number in either way. This is kind of an important post if you do Roadie now. When you arrive, I'm in parking bay 10, you want to download the Walmart app, check into that. If you want to put a note that you're with Roadie or whatever, they also have a code that Roadie gives you. You could probably maybe put that into the Walmart app or something like that. Or you want to immediately find an attendant, and they'll have a little, it's kind of like a device. It's a device they can look up orders and stuff. They also work with the delivery. And on their device, you'll put in the number, or they'll put in the number, and then it'll pull up your name, it'll pull up the order and everything, and then he'll hit the button as you're checked in. That's probably why I've been waiting. And so this is kind of my fault for so long. But this is like a grocery order. I had some reading to do anyway, but I finally checked that in. So probably the best thing to do is, like, that lady just kind of drove by and she said, well, I've been waiting for an hour. That may not be good. You probably want to park, get out, approach the attendant. I wear a mask, wear one of these masks. Approach the attendant, say, I'm with this company, here's my code. They'll put it in and press the button and check you in. Don't just sit there and wait, call and they'll give you the information. Probably if you go into their Walmart app, they will see it quicker probably, and they'll address the issue. So that's what I suggest. And it tells you on the phone number when you call. It leaves a message and tells you what to do. So the Wi-Fi here is it's a Walmart Wi-Fi. It's not Whole Foods where they're connected to Amazon. You got like super Wi-Fi speed with Amazon, which is Whole Foods. Walmart's a little slow. So we've been here for about an hour. Luckily, there's probably some tricks to the trade to get the Roadie to speed up, but like I always say, is I suggest doing, if you're going to do Roadie, do the Home Depot ones. Or I've done some pharmacy drop-offs where you go by the pharmacy. They usually have it ready for you. You can drop it off. But you do have to get ID and stuff when you drop that off. You have to get their identification to make sure it's dropped off. So those are really important ones, usually on the pharmacy. Actually, I think I've done one where you didn't have to, but the Roadie one is, the Walmart ones are a little slow. expect at least an hour on average. Look at all the people that are here, though. You know, at least an hour. I would suggest if the company can somehow get it up to like 45 minutes. But a lot of times the offer is, you know, worth it because, you know, it could be $20 or something, you know, for that hour. But then once you get it, you got to go. You got to spend that 15 minutes to get there and drop it off, you know. Yeah, he said 15 minutes from now. It's been more than an hour. So I checked on it again. He took a photo of it, so it's been quite a bit of time. I hope that's not the order right there. We'll find out if he's coming this way. I'm hoping. Oh dear, he's looking over here. Okay, good. I'm glad it's not that one. This one has a bunch of water right there. We'll have to find out. Now I'm gonna go in and take a restroom break. Check on the price of cat food. We're working on about an hour and a half of waiting for the $17 order. So it's gone down from $17. He's coming out again. Let's see if I can talk to him. Hey, you checked that order in, right? That name from the classroom?
Oh, yes, I do.
Is it not there, or do you want to check to see if it's there?
As it came out.
You mind if is it on the screen or on your screen? What's the name on it anyway? McLaughlin or something like that?
McBurn or something?
Didn't you check it in?
I did.
Which one? Well, can you find where it's checked in?
I think so.
Oh, okay. It's not saying it on my end. Probably because, are you able to find it?
Yeah, I checked you in.
Mm-hmm. It says checked in.
But I guess they canceled it.
That's not canceled on my end. All right. Well, what are they? That's the name on it? Jesus? Okay. All right, I'll have to report that I talked to you on it. Jesus says expired. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't really believe that, but that's what he says. So you got to be careful on the Walmart ones is all I have to say. On the Roadie ones, so be a little bit careful. But he looked on his, and I looked at it, and I took a photo of the screen and, you know, made sure that it was correct. When that happens, you do want to report the attendant. You also want to report the, you want to try like take a photo of where it says expired and then show that it's expired. But right now it's a madhouse. I mean, it's a really big madhouse. What's the loudest? It's like, don't panic or anything like that, because you've got like tons of people and they have to be selective with what you're doing. So just get the name badge, report the name badge. I think it was Jesus. Well, man, I checked in. It's pretty nice about it. I'll show you how many people are here. So, kind of a Killers of the Flower Moon opposite kind of thing. Which, that's what we expect. Hey, you know, that's what happens, you know. But luckily my grandfather on my mom's side was Apache, so yeah, but things are going to change, so don't worry about it. So you want to report it. Make sure you talk to that person when you report it. I went on live chat. Just tell them that you waited for more than 15 minutes and then move on. So ultimately, in the long run, you don't have to worry about it because you're already purchased. Also, you need to watch out where you go in certain Walmarts for Roadie. Make a note in a journal. Say, okay, listen, this one took an hour and a half. I talked to the attendant. He told me it was expired, whatever. I reported it. Then, you know, kind of circle that one and maybe they'll stop getting it. So many Roadies. That one was out of control, though. That can happen, especially during holiday. Find, if you're gonna do Walmarts, find the ones that will help, or do it in the afternoon. They say that it slows down around 8 to 9. Right now it's 7:57, so it's gonna pick up between like 4 to probably about 8 o'clock. So after 8 p.m. it should be okay, or afternoon from like, I'd say 12:30 to about 4:30. Just give me a second.